How's it going, everybody? I, of course, am Dr. Delay, and I am back for game number 2 of the triple header here on the Dr. Delay Network. This game is between the Texas A&M Aggies as they take on the Houston Cougars. Texas A&M seated at the 10 spot in the South region. Houston at the 2 spot, looking to get back to the national championship. Appreciate you guys again for tuning in. Hopefully it is a good game. I think it will be, as I'm not going to try to pick bad games, obviously. Texas A&M, again, they beat St. Mary's 80 to 63 in their opening round matchup. Houston took care of Idaho, really, like no problem, 98-47. Texas A&M can put up some points, averaging 87 points a game. Houston, a little bit more of a ball control type of team, only averaging 77 points, but they make up for it with a great defense, only allowing 62 points a game. So kind of conflicting styles here. Texas A&M going with like the air raid, but then Houston again just kind of just ball control and good defense. So we'll see what matches up, who will prevail today. As I do again expect to see a good game, and again different styles will pretty much mean an exciting game, I think, but we'll see. We'll let the players do the talking. Hopefully all your brackets are doing well. Again, I'm doing okay so far. Again, the only 2 games that have completed, Michigan, St. Louis, Michigan State, Louisville, I have been correct on. Of course, that's just going chalk right there. Right now, Duke is leading 33-25 over TCU. And yes, I did pick Duke over TCU. Nothing too crazy there. In this game, I actually did have St. Mary's winning, but I would have had Houston beating St. Mary's, so I'll just go ahead and go with the rest of my bracket, whatever. So, yeah. But, yeah, it looks like we're about ready for some action in probably about a minute or so. Texas A&M, they'll be wearing maroon. Houston, I'm assuming, will be in the white then, because, I don't know. I don't think I've seen a game so far where they have 2 colors. It's usually one's wearing white, the other team is not. Kelvin Sampson seeking his 7th straight 16th appearance. Head coach of Houston would tie the 4th longest streak of all time. That is a very impressive feat. Very impressive. Bucky McMillan is looking for his 5th Sweet 16 appearance. It would be his first since 2018. Again, he's got a tough task today, taking on again the defending runner-ups. So, again, thank you guys for tuning in. Daniel, good to see you. Ricky, appreciate you. Gregory, how's it going? Appreciate you, man. But, yeah, Gregory, I'm not covering TCU. It'd be tough. It's a tough one, though, for TCU. Pulling for Jamie Dixon, though. He's a former coach of Pitt. But that's a tough matchup over there. But we are about ready. Texas A&M, again, in maroon. Houston in the whites. As Houston will win the tip-off, and we are underway. All right, here we go. This is Flemings with it, crossing the logo. Heavily guarded there by Hill. As Flemings going inside, kicks it out to the corner. Pump fakes the 3, but no. Ooh, pass, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. What are they going to say? Last touched by an Aggie. So it'll remain with the Cougars. So far, your brackets come together. Like, well, yeah, nice, good stuff. Yeah, so far I'm okay. 15 of my 16 teams in the Sweet 16 are still alive, but we'll see. Still plenty of games here as this is Sharp. Sharp driving inside. Kicks it out here to Tugler. Tugler bounce pass inside to Uzan. Uzan for 2, and that is no problem for Houston. 2-0 is your score. That is the first points of the game. Here is Texas A&M's with this first possession. As Griffin passes in the corner, this is Hill. Bounce pass here to Agee. Agee had a really good game again against St. Mary's as Griffin floats it over here to Dominguez. Dominguez looking for a teammate, finds one here in Isaacs. Isaacs, heavy pressure again. Houston with that great defense. And oh man, a tipped pass, but Dominguez from way downtown. That's going to be an air ball as it goes out of bounds, and the time expired anyway with 18:57. Again, Texas A&M, they're going to try to shoot the 3. Houston, ball control, great defense. That is pretty much, that is what I'm going to go with. That is my analysis based on looking at the stats. So that is pretty much it. And of course, again, I've covered Texas A&M already just a few days ago. As this is Sharp. Heavy defense now by A&M, playing a little bit of a soft press, not quite a serious press, as now there's going to be a foul on Griffin. as that'll be the first foul of the game. 18:50 left to go in the first. How's it going, Soccer Dad? Again, good to see you once again. Pulling for Arkansas. Arkansas, when do they tip off? Do they tip off? They tip off tonight. That is the last game, the late game, 8:45 Central, High Point in Arkansas. All right, we're back in action as Fleming's traveling the lane, hands it off. Oh, and the dunk is denied by the rim. Well, that was interesting. 27, it's going to reset the shot clock here as Uzan for three. That's going to be too strong. Poked out, and they're going to call a foul on, well, let's see. It's going to go against Texas A&M. Couldn't tell you on the number. They didn't really announce a number. Man, again, that was going to be a statement dunk there by Tugler, but no, he kind of choked it. 18:27 left to go. Houston with the ball, inbounding underneath their own basket as he kicks it out here. Uzan now finding Senok for three. That's going to be rebounded by Agee as that's a little bit short. And here come the Aggies. Aggies kicking out here to Dominguez. Dominguez for three. That's going to be a little bit strong. Rebounded by Senok of Houston. All right, racing down the far side here is Uzan. Uzan looking around as he's attempting to find somebody past to. He does find one in the form of Flemings. Floats it over here to Senok. Senok fadeaway jumper is going to be too strong, but now there's going to be an offensive foul on Tugler. Tugler not exactly a great start to this game as, again, he went for the statement dunk, missed it, and then already a foul. 365, you could go up by 10 points and you win if you bet on the money line. Incredible. Oh, wow. Jeez. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. How's it going, Bryce? Appreciate you, man, for tuning in. All right, here are the Aggies. This is Isaacs. Isaacs floating over here to Agee. Agee now handing it off to Hill. Hill to Dominguez. Dominguez for three. That's good. And it's about time they found a shot. Again, he's attempted quite a few here. Houston racing down already short. He puts it up again and gets the rebound. Again, they were just racing down and was able to float it. But again, that was short and then rebounded by Houston. They put it up as Dominguez with it here for the Aggies. Aggies bouncing inside of Agee, puts it off the glass, gets the friendly roll, and Texas A&M with the lead again. 5-4, your score. A&M on top, 17-10 left to go in the first. All right, this is Uzan. Uzan with it at the logo. He's looking around, driving inside, bounce pass to Tugler. Tugler, floaters, shorts. Rebounded by Agee. I'm getting my words mixed up here for some reason. Just my brain and my mouth thinking on different things. As Isaacs with it, he's going to float it back over to Agee, back over to Isaacs. As Isaacs, a deep three. That's good off the backboard. Unbelievable. 8-4 is your score as Houston with, again, heavy defense by Agee. Agee going to pick up his first. Agee now asking the ref, like, what the heck? Think he'll get 1 million subscribers by 2028? I mean, that would be awesome. That is not going to happen, though. I don't think so. Not as a sports guy. Sports, it's really hard to be a 1 million subscriber guy. If I entered like video games or other things, yes, I could probably do it, but not in the sports world. But appreciate it, though, Bryce. I don't think so, but I appreciate the kind words. Not with this performance, kind of stumbling on my words to begin this one. All right, Fleming's with it at the logo again, going left to right for Houston, trailing by 4. Passes over here to Sharp, back over to Fleming's. Fleming's in the corner here to Uzan for 3. That's going to be too strong. Tipped up in the air and recovered by the Cougars. Kicks it out to Fleming's, driving inside, puts it up, seeking contact, can't get it, but he does tip it in. 2-point game. 8-6, your score, 16:07. Left to go in the first as here is Hill beyond the arc as he's driving in. Floating it back out to Dominguez for 3. That's going to be off the mark, but rebounded there by Texas A&M as Hill's driving inside in the lane. Puts it up, can't get it, but that is tipped in there by Vinson, who's able to seek it, track it, and put it in. No problem. 10-6, your score, 15:43 and counting. Cougs will win by double digits. Appreciate you, Brad, for tuning in. A lot of Houston fans, not in the chat, but just people that I know, as he kicks it out for 3. That's good. 10-9, your score, back to a 1-point game, 15-23 and counting. As here come the Aggies looking around for a teammate. It's Vincent to Dominguez. Dominguez kicks it out to Hill. Wide open three. That's short and rebounded by Houston. And there's going to be a foul on Vincent. I don't know what he was doing. But regardless, he draws the foul. And that's going to be our first commercial break. Texas A&M 10, Houston 9. 15-11 again left to go in the first. Right now, Duke leading by 5 over TCU, another Texas team in the round of 32. Another Texas team, Texas, University of Texas. They'll be playing Gonzaga actually in less than an hour. I think that's all the Texas teams, right? I don't know. Let's check on Sunday, just out of curiosity. Yeah, all the Texas teams. Well, no, Texas Tech. That's right, Texas being well represented in basketball. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hopefully, again, I can speak. That'd be pretty cool. And hopefully, again, you guys enjoy the broadcast. And again, I'm going to be calling another game right after this one, Vanderbilt and Nebraska. That one should be good as well. Again, I do think this one can be good. Seeing the contradicting. I can't speak. I don't even know what I'm trying to find anymore. Regardless, the different styles there, again, of A&M. Just, again, trying to light it up from beyond the arc. Fast-paced basketball. Then Houston, again, more of a ball control team. And, again, that'll be very interesting to see how it plays out. Contrasting. That was the word. Oh, well. Let's see. In the poll, we have here 57% of you guys with Houston, 43% with Texas. It just went to 58. Now it went back to 57. Now it just went back to 58. That's pretty crazy. But all right, 58% of you guys with Houston, 42% with Texas A&M. How's it going, Kenneth? Good to see you. Eat dinner with steak and salad and baked potatoes. Sounds great, Kenneth. That sounds awesome. How's it going, Scott? Good to see you. You picked Texas A&M to win this game. Wow, you picked an upset. Yeah, I was not as gutsy there as you. I had Houston in my bracket. Again, I can show you here real quick. Again, we're in commercial break. Had Houston over St. Mary's. So, again, if you're an Aggie fan, you're like, well, you just flat out hate us. That's not the case. Not at all. Just the way I had the bracket going. But, yep, just kind of hanging in there. At 91%, but still, I think everyone is doing pretty well. So, I don't know. We need some stuff to shake my way. Duke only up by 2 now as they're closing at the end of the first half. 36-34, 50 seconds left in the first half there. So, again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, before we went to break, there was a foul on Texas A&M. Wasn't a shooting foul, of course. So, again, it's just going to be Houston ball. With just over 15 minutes to go. They're showing a flashback a couple of years ago. Houston, Texas A&M, they squared off. And, of course, Houston would win the game 100-95 in the second round. Wow. What a game. If we can get that, that would be pretty cool. But we are back again. Houston ball. They are going left to right. They are in white, Texas A&M in maroon. As he inbounds it here to Sharp. Sharp hands it back over to Uzan as we are back underway, 15:05 and counting. Passes over here to Sharp, back to Flemings. Flemings with it on the near side as he hesitates, shoots for 3. That's going to be just short and whacked away. Oh, but it still finds a Cougar. Don't know how that happened. McCarty with it. McCarty now back over to Flemings. Or pardon me, this is Uzan back over to McCarty for 3. That's good. Houston up 12-10. 14:32 and counting. This is Lane. Lane here to Clements. Clements back over to Agee. Agee now over to Deba. A lot of subs here for Texas A&M and Houston. As it's a bounce pass, and they're going to call a foul, an offensive foul, and it's going to be a turnover. What happened to the Kansas game? Not sure what you mean there. Kansas is playing tomorrow. Basically, last year scored 23 runs. Oh, wow, pretty good. Pretty good stuff, Seth. I don't know. It happens there, Scott. All right, here we go. We're back in action here. Houston playing it fast. Here's Sharp. Now going to slow it down. Sharp back over to Flemings as he's chilling at the logo. Heavily guarded there by Lane as Flemings working his way to the near side. Now going to the far side. Kicks it out here for three. That's good. Houston up by 5. 15-10 is your score. 13:56 and counting. Here's Lane. He's driving in. He puts it up and is fouled. And will go to the line to shoot a couple. Lane is a 88% free throw shooter. Really good at the line. Again, one of the rotational pieces there for the Yankees. Won't see too much action today. Again, you'll see a lot of starters, as is really the case when it comes to March Madness. Again, a ruckus crowd here. A lot of just howling and cheering and jeering as he does miss the first. Again, 15-10, Texas A&M at the line. Looks like some subs here as Vincent checking back in the game, though he is not a starter. Lane again at the line for his second as they are back ready to resume action. Lane releases. That one's good. 15-11 is your score, folks. 4-point game. As Houston helping out the referees. Uzan going to inbound the ball for Houston, and he's able to find Sharp. Sharp with it, driving up the court. Again, Texas A&M kind of with a little bit of run here. They're kind of looking pretty good as of late. A 9-1 run as he finds Uzan. Uzan with it at the logo. Driving inside, looking floaters. Going to be just short, and, well, it was last touched by an A&M as it goes out of bounds. And Vincent looking for the foul, but not able to win the appeal. Texas A&M coach is like, are you kidding me? It looks like he was, I don't know. I don't know if there really was any contact there by Houston. I don't think so. I think that's more of a bad acting job as Houston now with it passes it out to Flemings. Flemings with it at the logo. As looks like we have Tugler setting the pick. Kicks it out here to Sharp. Sharp for three. That's going to be short. Rebounded here by Vincent. Vincent now finding Isaacs down the near side again, going right to left. Isaacs going to the far side, passing over to Griffin. Griffin back over to Isaacs. As Isaacs drive, well, no, going to hesitate beyond the arc. Driving is Griffin. Griffin puts it up. Alley-oop is good to Vincent. A little bit awkward there, but it still counts as it's a 2-point game. Bounce pass, almost lost it. Houston again dealing with the press by the Aggies as now he finds a hole, finds it over the middle. As here is Sharp. Sharp over here to Flemings. As Flemings chilling at the logo. Looks like he's calling for a pick. As Flemings kicks it out to the corner. Pump fakes. Driving inside. Back out to Sharp. It's just going to slow it down. And then Sharp driving the lane. Step back. Kicks it out here to McCarty. Deep three. That's going to be way off the mark and not even hitting the rim. It's like they wanted to shoot but didn't. Just kept looking for the extra pass. The coach just shaking the head. I don't know. It was kind of awkward. Thought they were going to shoot it many times and ended up not really happening. How's it going, CB? Good to see you. Appreciate you, man. Let's call on some basketball here on this Saturday afternoon. All right, A&M with it, going right to left, down by 2. Isaacs way beyond the arc as he's looking for a teammate. Finds one in AG. AG checking back in as he finds here. This is Deba. Deba kicks it out of the corner, and he sends it out of bounds. Not a good pass. So Houston ball, 12:06 left to go in the first. Deba going inside, trying to find a team in the corner, but ends up finding the crowd. Am I doing the Virginia game? I'm very sorry. Yeah, no, I already have the schedule. Virginia was not on the dockets. Maybe in the Sweet 16. We'll see, though. All right, rebounded here by Houston, or pardon me, inbounded by Houston. This is Miller. Miller going to take it up here as he's making his way up the court, crossing half court. Hands it off here to Uzan. Uzan at the logo. Again, going left to right. As Uzan trying to find a teammate. 11:50 and counting. Still got Plenty of time here in the first half. Driving inside, looking, turning, shooting, gets it. Nice shot there by Uzan, as it's going to be a 4-point game, 17-13. Here is Griffin here for A&M as he's going to hit the hole. Driving inside, kicks it to AG. AG loses the ball. It's with Houston. Houston with the fast break opportunity. Floats it to the corner. Pump fakes. Driving inside, kicks it out for 3. That's too strong and rebounded by Houston. Kicks it out here to Sharp for 3. That's going to be short and rebounded by Houston. They're saving it. Keeping possession. Miller to Uzan. Uzan here to Sharp for 3. That's too long. Rebounded by Houston. Unbelievable. Uzan just going to settle down as Uzan thought about hitting it inside, but now going to settle at the logo. What in the world? Uzan chilling. Now hitting inside. Looking, and they're going to call a foul. Unbelievable. 3 or 4 threes were missed, but Houston kept on with the offensive rebound. 7-13 is your score. 10:53 in the first half. Fell asleep during the Missouri-Miami match last night, so I understand. Oh, yeah. It was tiring. It got good, but yeah, the second half I think was really awesome. I was really thinking that was a good call. I was really happy with that one. That ended up being, and then you fell asleep. Now it seems like I did a terrible job. Unbelievable. No, that was a great game. I was really happy. I think that's the best basketball game I've called. Like, it's not even close. The energy was high. The game was good. Like, that was a great game. Like, that was a great game till it wasn't, really till the end. Let's see here. TCU 34, Duke 38. Oh, appreciate you, Jeremy. Appreciate you for tuning in. But yeah, Duke up by 4 at the half. Right now, Houston up by 4 here. Big 12 versus the SEC. Yep, it is indeed the case. Roll Texas A&M. Appreciate you, Anthony, for tuning in once again. And, yeah, again, hopefully your brackets are doing well. I'm doing good. I'm doing all right, you know. Not the best, but pretty good. I just don't like seeing the million. I mean, I know there's a lot of people in the world that made a bunch of different brackets, but still, it does kind of just eat at me a little bit. I went 26 and I think it was 26 and 6 day one. Pretty good. Right now I'm 2-0 on the day, so 28 and 6. But, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Let's see here. It's not Hugh. You made me sleep. It was about 11 p.m. East. Oh, yeah, you know, you're good. Yeah. No, I'm just messing, man. Totally get it, though. Yeah, I mean, when you know, it was a tough day yesterday. Yeah, I was exhausted at the end. Like, as soon as, like, I got off, I didn't even look at, well, I looked at it for like 10 minutes, like, all right, what's the schedule for Sunday? And then that's when I picked my games, and then I went to bed. And then I woke up this morning, I'm like, all right, I'm changing the games. That's JJ later. Oh, yeah, I'm sure he can. We're trying to stay out of each other's way, so there is actually a chance he could. I just don't know if he's made up his mind on what he's doing. But yeah, JJ and I are trying to not call the same game. We kind of stepped on each other's toes a little bit on the first round, which that's fine. I mean, it's just natural. That's just going to happen. But so looks like there was a technical foul before or during the commercial break. Wow, so a technical foul on Texas A&M. So Houston will shoot free throws. That is not good. You can't have that. How's it going, Texas? Appreciate you, man, for tuning in. Figured you would probably be here for a big Texas game. All right, so that's a tech, and that was, I think, against the assistant coach of Texas A&M, one of the assistants, as Sharp hits the first. So Sharp is an 89% free throw shooter. I mean, I can see why they put him at the line. Really good. As there is the second. That one is good. This is the best coverage that I've seen in your lifetime. Oh man, Jack, you must be a newborn. I appreciate you though. So this actually, I made this scoreboard myself in Canva. I appreciate it though. I'm really proud of it. I really am proud of it too. So thank you. That's really nice. I appreciate it though. Uzan gonna be at the line here. So again, it was a shooting foul before in that one. No good. Rebounded here by Texas A&M. As this is gonna be Isaacs with it. Isaacs on the far side again, down by 6. Trying to find a teammate. Holloway over here now to Dominguez. Back over to Holloway. Holloway at the line. Looking around. Driving inside. Looking. Puts it up. High off the glass. Can't get it. And there's going to be a foul on, I believe, Uzan. Wasn't a shooting foul. Just a common foul. But I appreciate you, Jack. Thank you very much. Bart says, eat my shorts. This guy. You got Houston to win it all. A lot of people do. A lot of people do. I do have Houston beating Florida in the Elite Eight. Texas A&M going to be inbounding it here. This is Agee. Agee hands it off to Isaacs. Isaacs kicks it out to Dominguez for 3. That's going to be too strong. Rebounded by Holloway. Holloway looking around. Beyond the arc in the lane. Not going to float back at the logo. Finding Isaacs. Isaacs over here to Agee. Agee back to Isaacs. Isaacs looking around, just chilling. 10-10 to play, 7 left to shoot. Kicks out to Holloway for 3. It's good. Tacking on a field goal. It's a 3-point game, 19-16. Houston moving fast, driving inside. Now going to kick it back out, slowing it down. And that's going to be a 3, and that's going to be a foul on Dominguez. I think that was prior to the shot. That was kind of a delayed call because he was definitely shooting when the whistle was blown. But I appreciate it again, Jack. Thank you very much. Arizona's your pick, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people going with Arizona, Duke, Houston. I did go Michigan. Oh wow, Dominguez actually. So yeah, Dominguez just blowing up a guy in the back of the head. That's not good. And they're gonna see if that's gonna be a flagrant. And honestly, I don't know what he was doing. I could see this being a, yeah, no, for sure this will be a flagrant. You have Duke winning the entire thing, I believe, and checking out. Oh, yeah, no problem. Aggies final game there. Well, I mean, we'll see. I've seen so many upsets, but it is looking like, I mean, Houston's pretty good for sure. So anyway, let me go ahead and check to see again. Actually, yeah, so the other game is at half. Duke 38, TCU 34. As again, we're just in a review here. Looking like Dominguez is going to be probably going to be upgraded to a flagrant for sure. Dominguez just elbowing him in the back of the head. Again, does it in the back, and then it's the head. It might be more of the upper back, but yeah, I don't know what Dominguez was doing. Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, Dominguez had the audacity to look upset with the foul. And honestly, you got to shout out to Tugler there, who took it for Houston. He didn't even look at the guy. He was just ready for the rebound on the shot. That's honestly, yeah. So it's been upgraded to a flagrant 1. Wow. So Tugler now going to be at the line with the flagrant, and Tugler's going to be a 70% free throw shooter. You have Duke against Virginia. Oh wow. Texas A&M trying to fire themselves up again, only down by 3, but definitely showing some frustrations. As again, I don't know. That was just kind of odd. Dominguez, I don't know what he was doing. That back in your day, that was considered flirting. Well, definitely no flirting there, as he does indeed make the first. As there's the second. That one is good. 21-16, and of course, they'll have the ball. 20 on the shot clock. Let me get some water real quick. Hamburger helper tonight. Nice. Meatballs and ground beef. There we go. Houston going to go ahead and inbound it here to Flemings. Flemings guarded there by Holloway. As Fleming's just chilling at the logo, now going to the far side, driving inside, mid-range jumper, that's good, nothing but nets. It's a touchdown game, 23-16. As here comes Isaacs on the far side, again going right to left. Isaacs hands it off to Holloway. Holloway looking around as he finds AG. Again, he had a really nice game against St. Mary's, who hands it off to Isaacs. Isaacs kicks it inside Holloway. Underneath, he falls down and is fouled. Don't think it was a shooting foul. Again, just a regular foul there. But Emilio sees in the SEC is saying something good. I will say what I want. I don't know. I mean, again, basketball a little bit different than football. Football, I'll definitely argue that for sure. Basketball, I'm not knowledgeable enough. As inbound pass could be deflected out of bounds, as it's going to remain with Texas A&M. Draven liking it. Let's go. Can appreciate you, Draven, for tuning in. 9:22. Texas A&M going to inbound. Holloway with 3. Pardon my voices. That's good. Holloway from way downtown. 23-19. As here come the Cougars. Again, a little bit of a soft press. They're shadowing. They're kind of trailing, but just not really doing anything, as it is knocked out of bounds, but it'll remain with Houston. Man, I can tell that my voice is definitely falling apart here in day 3. All right, here we go. This is Flemings. Flemings driving inside, looking, floaters. Good. Flemings hasn't, I don't know if he's missed yet. He's really good. 25-19. Here come the Aggies. This is Holloway at the logo. Heavily guarded as he finds HE underneath, who lays it in, no problem. Uncovered practically. 25-21. And this choppy game, again, a lot of stoppages, finds another TV timeout. 25-21 as the Houston coach is ripping his players right now. Texas A&M just happy to be down by 4. Okay, all right. So David Jack just trying to be cool with each other, man. Again, you can be repping your teams, but you don't have to rip fans. You can rip the teams, but you don't have to. I don't know. Just try to be cool. I mean, again, we're just all fans. That's all it is. We're all fans of sports. We love, college basketball. For me, again, I like March Madness. I'm not really a diehard though. But again, appreciate you guys though for tuning in. Hopefully my voice will recover. It should get going and get a little bit better there, later, but we'll see. Again, 4-point game here, 4-point game with Duke and TCU. That one, again, 38-34 at the half. As again, that one could be a sneaky good game. Again, Jamie Dixon, the coach of TCU, pretty good. I mean, he was coach of Pitts for a few years there, and definitely a solid pick. Solid coach there, for sure. You're an Ice Cube. There we go. Go Astros. Oh, man. Yeah, we'll see how they do. I don't know. It'll be interesting. They'll probably, again, compete for the wild card. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. The Mariners, maybe. I mean, the Mariners will probably win it again. AL West, I don't know. Can't we all just get along? We're all basketball fans. There you go. Yeah. Coming from you, that is pretty crazy to read, not going to lie. But appreciate you trying to be the good guy. I guess that's kind of instigating on my part, too. So look at me. I'm not helping. Good game. It's all right. Again, the choppiness. I don't like that there's a lot of stoppage right now, and I think that's kind of impacting everything here. So, I don't know. I'd like to see just a good flow. And right now we've been kind of robbed of that. It was a nice flow to begin the game, but now it's been like foul, 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 review, review, review. And, yeah, I don't like it. So, this game needs to kind of Less whistles will be good. Less whistles. Let's chill out on the whistle. So, again, we're back 25-21, 8:37 left to go in the first. As, again, hopefully we get a fluid game here because, again, it's been crazy. Now it looks like they're showing the what happened earlier. Agee just wide open in the middle. I mean, that is their leading scorer, averaging 14.7 points a game. Again, had a dominant game against St. Mary's. Covered that one. I was in shock with how Texas A&M looked. All right, but it looks like we're about ready to go. As we have Houston inbounding again. Kind of a full court press, but again, it's a soft press, not really serious. As Uzan going to the far side, crossing half court. Uzan now coming to the near side. Again, going left to right, trying to find a teammate. As Uzan going to look, well, he's looking for Flemings. Flemings said, no, don't pass it to me. That was kind of odd. As he kicks it out here to Miller. Miller with on the far side. Driving in, spinning, looking. Kicks it out to Uzan. Driving inside of the lane. Floater's going to be too strong. And tipped away. Houston with the rebound. And now he's just traveling everywhere. They're going to call it jump ball. So Senok and an Aggie were just trying to rip the ball away. I think that was Clements. Clements and Senok. They were going crazy there. But no, call a jump ball. It's going to be a Texas A&M. Stros will win the division and win in the World Series. All right. I hear you for sure. All right. Here is Clements. Clements now to Vinson. Clements back with it as he kicks it out to Holloway. Back over to Clements for three. That's good. 24-25. 1 point game. It is a one-score game as well. As Houston inbounding here again. They were up by as many, I believe, as 8 earlier. But a 1 point game now. Hands it off here to Flemings. Flemings with it at the logo. Driving inside, stepping back, looking for a teammate. Finds one in Senok. Senok, mid-range jumper's good. 24-27. Seeing some points here. As here is Holloway. Holloway looking around, finding Clements, who's driving inside, spinning around, looking. Oh, he loses the ball as it goes out of bounds. Last touched by an Aggie. Going to be Houston ball. 7:05 in the first. And another commercial break. This is pretty terrible. I really hate this game. I'm not gonna lie, because it's just, again, like they're not letting the game like progress. You know, I don't know. It's just not a fluid game. You see more. They seem to be most of the storage. I'm not following there, Ricky. Heavy Rays will go undefeated on the road. Yeah, for sure. For sure. They'll go 81-0. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Sorry again with the choppiness. I don't understand why it's. I have not seen like this many whistles. Like, this is crazy. This has been a wild one. They are killing the flow. Yeah, that's a good one. They're killing the flow. Again, I don't know why my brain is not working right now. Brain, mouth, nothing. Nothing's working at the moment, so. But the whistles are. That's the thing. The refs and their whistles, they are definitely working. Because, again, the flow of this game has been just killed with all the stupid whistles. Just kind of annoyed with that. Basketball is meant to be fluid. It is. Houston offense struggling to get in the flow state with all the stops. I mean, both of them are, really. Time it's interfering with the game, making it so that timeouts given to each team as necessary, I guess so. It's just, I don't know. I mean, it's really weird. I just don't like it. I just don't like the way this game has went. The game flow is just non-existent. Cougars not be coming to Houston for the Sweet 16. Guess we'll find out. Guess we'll find out. I think most people would agree, but again, you never know. A&M, they were not favored against St. Mary's. They were, I think, a 1.5, 2.5 point favorite, or underdog, pardon me. So I don't know. You never know. Obviously, this one a little bit different. Actually, I don't know what it was. It was a 10.5 point spread there by Houston. So yeah, no flow at all. I know, Patrick. It's terrible. It is genuinely terrible. All right, we're back, and I hope for at least a little bit. Would be pretty cool. Would be really great for me and the game and you guys. 27-24 football score. As again, Houston up by 3. And again, I would just like to see something. Just no whistles. Houston shooting 37% from the field. Texas A&M only 16 shots, but they've made 9 of them. They're shooting 56% from the field, so pretty good. Houston has led for about 74% of the game. What are the impact on Arkansas coach Cal all the time stoppages? I wouldn't know. All right, Houston going to be inbounding again, going left to right. Fleming's with it. Bounce pass here. Uzan loses the ball, and it goes out of bounds. Another stoppage. But this is more of a player thing. Uzan with no hands. And the Houston coach, oh, man, looking very disappointed. I've seen that look from my dad a lot. Anyway, Texas A&M going to be inbounding. This is Isaacs. Isaacs here to Clemens. Clemens to AG. AG now going to hand it off to Isaacs, who's looking around at the logo. Floats to AG. AG is fouled. Not a shooting foul. So, again, it's just going to be a regular foul. Aggies will have foul trouble soon. Yeah, Aggies with 9 fouls, Houston with 5. As he floats it into Clemens. Clemens is blocked, but he gets it back. Puts it up again, can't get it. And the ball's on the ground. No one has it. It's still on the ground. Houston saves it. Able to keep it in, finding Sharp. Sharp now here to Flemings on the far side again, going left to right. And now another whistle, as it looks like there's an injured Cougar. This is McCarty. McCarty is limping. Oh, it looks serious. He is hobbling off the court, and he is in serious pain. Oh, that was kind of just awkward. Just an awkward landing when diving for the ball. Yeah, again, that was kind of interesting. Stay in College Station. I played tennis in College Station once. Actually, no, a few times. Anyway, Fleming's with it at the logo. Again, going left to right as he floats it over here to Uzan. Uzan back to Fleming's. Driving inside, puts it off the glass, and it's blocked. But they're going to say it was a goaltending. So 2 points for Houston, 29-24. McCarty's still on the bench trying to put weight on it, but it looks like he's in serious. I think he may have twisted his ankle. I think that's what he just did. That is not good. All right, Texas A&M with the ball, down by 5, 6:18 and counting. Bounce pass here to AG. AG with it at the logo. Bounce pass over here to Hill. Hill's pass to Clements, and Clements wasn't ready as it goes out of bounds. 6:11 left to go in the first. Again, a 5-point game. Just another turnover. Houston going to inbound it. Uzan trying to find a teammate. Will he find one? He does in the form of Sharp. Sharp with it on the far side. He's just going to take it himself. A little hand fighting there with Deba and Sharp. As Sharp, step back 3. That's going to be too strong. Ball's trending out of bounds. Saved by the Aggies. Here's Isaacs. Isaacs with it at the logo. Nice moves by Isaacs. Driving the lane. Puts it up. Blocked. Blocked by the Cougars. And here they come going left to right. This is Uzan. Uzan at the logo. Going to the far side. Driving in. Half spin. Looking. Finding Tugler. Tugler with it. As he's spinning around in the lane. Kicks it out to Uzan for 3. That's going to be too strong. Rebounded by Hill. Hill here for Texas A&M here on the far side again and going right to left. As this is Deba now with it. Deba back to AG. Pump fakes the 3. Looking around. Hands it off here to Isaacs. Isaacs at the logo. Back to AG. AG for 3. That's short. Rebounded by Houston. See, look, when there's flow of the game, look, it's all working out. All right, this is Flemings at the logo, passes inside to Sharp. Sharp puts it up. He is fouled. Can't get the friendly roll, but we'll go to the line for a couple. Let's see here. A&M, how's it going, Bootlicker? Good to see you once again. You took the Texas A&M points and half one in the game. Wow, interesting. Def Leppard tribute band concerts. Lots of injured Cougars. This guy, okay. That's wild. As there's the first. That one is good. By the way, Sharp, an 89% free throw shooter. So if he gets to the line, he will definitely make you pay. He will definitely make you pay for sure. That is his. It's not the best percentage you can have, but I'm just saying that is really good. Most of the college players in the 70s. He's just at 90 practically as he does make the second. 31-24. Here in this one, again, a touchdown game as here is Holloway. Holloway at the logo, finding Hill. Hill now to Dominguez, checking back in. Finding Griffin. Griffin inside of Vincent. Vincent's blocked again as it's with Houston once more. Here's Uzan racing down to the near side. Kicks it to Sharp. Driving in. Puts it up. Gets the friendly roll. 33-24. It's a 9-point game. Here is Griffin here for A&M. 4:34 and counting. Griffin to Hill. Hill on the far side of Dominguez. Dominguez back to Griffin for three. That's too strong. Rebounded there by Flemings. Flemings for Houston. It's an 8-0 run for Houston, looking to make it even more. Kicks it to Uzan. Driving inside. Floater is good. 35-24. Timeout, Texas A&M, and of course that's going to be a TV timeout as it's now a 10-0 run in the last 3 minutes for the Cougars. TCU got up to really, oh wow. Can see, yes, Stuke is trailing 40-38. Man, now it's 40-40, but again, wow. I thought it could be a sneaky good game for sure, but I did not end up calling that. Let's see. Come on, Tex. Yeah, sorry, Bootlicker. You took the TCU plus 6. I think they had that, right? Yeah, they were down by 4. Missed like 4 threes. Yep, that is tough. That is tough indeed. Again, 35-24. We are at a commercial break. As it looks like the game has kind of improved a little bit, but of course it is definitely benefiting Houston as they have went on a nice little run. Again, the last commercial break it was 27-24. Yeah, there's just a choppy game. It's really disgusting, to be honest with you. I hate that. I just hate the choppiness. I hate when the referees are blowing everything. The World of Jazz has Houston minus 5.5. Appreciate you, man, for tuning in. Looking good, but we'll see what happens. A&M going to find themselves way back. Just do not have the talent to beat U of H. It's not looking good. Yeah, if you're an A&M fan, for sure, but yeah, if you're a Houston fan, it is looking promising. Yeah, again, I don't know. I didn't really like the first part of this game. Just all the whistles. I mean, just couldn't get in the flow of things. I would just be calling it, and then like 30 seconds later, oh, there's another whistle. Oh, there's another stoppage. I mean, it was just horrible. Refs are trash. The refs are not good in this one. They've definitely, they've just been blowing a tight whistle. It's crazy. And game score over 135.5. Ooh, depends on how this last 4 minutes goes here. Right now, looking good. We're at 59. Maybe add another 15 points. I don't know. Maybe it'll be close. It'll be close, Jazz. Maybe. I could see it. Yeah, I could see it. Glad he graduated from A&M, not Houston. Yep. Let him play. Nope. Not these refs. Not these refs. Starting to, though. They are starting to do that. Again, TCU tied up with Duke. Jamie Dixon leading the TCU Horned Frogs. Again, Jamie Dixon, if you're not familiar with him, one of the more underrated coaches in all of college basketball. He's really good. He is really good. Wizards trick 3 OKC players into getting ejected. Now they're only down by 1. What the heck? That is wild. 4 double-digit seeds remain. High Point, VCU, Texas, and Texas A&M. Man. All right, we're back. A&M with the ball down by 11. Haven't scored in over 3.5 minutes. As he passes here to Dominguez. Dominguez driving inside, kicks it back out to Hill. Hill retreating to the logo. 4 minutes and counting as Hill traveling in the lane. Floater's going to be short as it's tipped on the air and rebounded by Vincent. And they're going to call a travel. Vincent hates it. Houston loves it. Looks like Clements might be checking back in. No, they're not. They're not going to put Clements back in. They're going to put Deba. Man, so again, some more substitutes. Dominguez going to check out. All right, Houston going to inbound here on the far side. Flemings again, a 10-0 run for Houston. They have really just turned it on here the last few minutes. As Uzan chilling at the logo again, going left to right. As Uzan bounce pass over here to Flemings, back over to Uzan. Uzan back over to Flemings on the far side, trying to clear it. Finding Tugler. Tugler with it in the lane, puts it up. Hook shot too strong as it's going to be rebounded by Vincent. Vincent now finding Hill, racing down the far side, going right to left. Hill looking around, hands it off to Holloway. Holloway with it. He's driving in, looking around, pump fakes, kicks it out. Vincent, wide open 3. That's too strong as it's rebounded by Houston. And Vincent, again, just couldn't hit it as they're playing fast. Sanok lays it up, and he is fouled and will go to the line for a couple of shots. Now, he is not a good free throw shooter as he's only shooting 56%. So we'll see what he can do. Vandy, Illinois basketball. Nice. Look, no boot before ice cream is poured upon it, this guy. Just make a bucket. They cannot. They're not allowed, apparently. As Senok has this one rolling somehow. I don't know how. That was rolling around everywhere. Some more players checking in for the Aggies. Dominguez and AG back on the court. And Texas A&M has went ice cold with just over 3 minutes to play in the first half. Senok with the second. That one's good. 37-24. Texas A&M. They need a bucket, and they need it now. Holloway with it, finding AG. AG looking around, finding Hill. Driving inside, looking around, kicks it out here to the corner. Griffin now with it. Griffin now to Dominguez. Dominguez to AG for 3. Still going to be too strong. Rebounded there by Houston. Heavy defense by A&M trying to force a turnover, but they cannot as Houston. I'm going to slow it down. A 12-0 run the last 4 minutes and 43 seconds. As here is Sharp. Sharp driving the lane, puts it off the glass, gets the basket. 39-24. It is not looking good if you're an Aggie. 2:30 left to go in the first half again. It is a 15-point game. Man. A&M can't buy a shot. They haven't scored in 5 minutes. Actually, a little bit more. They scored at 7:43 in the first. We're at 2:30. 5 minutes. Wow. TCU Duke 42-42. That's what's happening over there. And the other game going on. Again, there should be another game happening in about an hour or so. Texas will be playing. I think they play Gonzaga. But again, yeah, no, this one, it is rough. It is not looking good. Again, if you're a Texas A&M fan, this is no bueno. Once and repeat, long three, no good. Exactly. I might as well just just record myself and I'll just have it. Here is Isaacs. We'll see again if it's a long three as Dominguez. Now back to Holloway. Holloway with it at the logo. Double team. Now floats it over to Dominguez. Dominguez driving inside. Kicks it out for three. It's too long. Rebounded by Houston. I'm telling you, I just got to record myself. Oh, my goodness. Here's Uzan at the logo. Going to the far side. It's not even short. It's always long. Unbelievable. Uzan here on the near side going left to right. Uzan thinking about the three. Floats it inside as Sharp. Kicks it out. Senok with it. He puts it up off the glass. Gets the baskets. 41-24. Texas A&M has missed the last 10 shots. Griffin with it at the logo. Just trying to find a basket as he's driving in, spinning, kicks it out. Isaacs for three. Too long. Rebounded by Texas A&M. They change it up. Holloway fakes the three, driving in, kicks it out. Griffin now to Isaacs. Isaacs with it. Back to Griffin. Griffin in the lane. Pump fakes. Floater. No good. Short. Rebounded by Houston. They're going to call a foul. A foul on AG. That's his second. Unbelievable. Texas A&M. They have not shown up since, again, it's been about 6 minutes now. It's a 16-0 run for the last 6 minutes. Unbelievable. A&M has they have disappeared. All right, Senok's going to be at the line here. Not even having Houston players up at the free throw. That is tough. As there's the first. That one is good. 42-24. Now we're going to have Houston players check in here. This is Sacco. Haven't seen him yet. Texas A&M 9 for 25. Again, they've missed their last, I think, 11 shots. They were actually shooting pretty well at one point. As that one is good. 43-24. Oh, my goodness. I'm not going to check out for the last minute, it looks like. AG yelling on the bench. He can't believe it. Just so upset. 1:17 left to go. A bunch of subs here as Isaac's going to go ahead and get the inbound. It's at the low again. An 18-0 run the last 6 minutes as he's driving to the basket. Isaacs puts it up. Can't get the friendly roll, but he is fouled. And he will go to the line to end this run, this massive run that has went on for over 6 minutes. Isaacs, he is a 75% free throw shooter. TCU Duke is a good game. Yeah, I know. Been keeping up with it for a little bit, but unfortunately, this is what I'm calling. Just didn't go the way I thought it would, as there is the first. Sometimes, again, you get duds. You pick a game, you're like, well, that didn't work out. But it is what it is, man. You never know. Again, Texas A&M, maybe they just pull through in the second. That'd make a good story. Make a great story if Texas A&M could really work their way back. And definitely not over, but you got to start making these shots as Isaacs makes both of the free throws. 43-26. It's a 17-point game. They need to play some defense as well. Here's Miller. Miller with it as he finds some players here. This is Senok. Senok living around. Kicks it out to Flemings. Flemings to Miller. Miller to Uzan for three. That's good again. It's a 20-point game once more. 46-26 is Holloway with it on the far side. 48 seconds and counting. Just trying to get another basket in play as Isaacs in the lane. Turning, looking, trying to find a teammate. Finding Griffin. Jab step. Jab step again as he's driving inside in the lane. Hook shot. Gets the friendly roll. No foul. Don't know how. 46-28. Houston with it. They're going to have the last shot. Miller with it on the far side as he hands it off here to Flemings. Going to clear it out. Looks like 13 seconds and counting. chilling at the logo. Now with Uzan, Miller with it as he jacks up a three. That's going to be short, rebounded by Texas A&M. And Isaacs jacks up a long three. That is short. And that is how this first half will end. This was just a wow. It was 24-25 at the 7:43 to close out the half. Houston outscored Texas A&M 21-4, and that is why you have the score the way it is. Unbelievable. Sharp getting an interview there as he's already at 14 points. All right, let's see what we got here in the stat sheet. Not much to talk about for Texas A&M. AG with 4 points, Dominguez with 3, Hill with 0, Isaacs with 5, Griffin with 2, Vincent 4, Clements with 3, Holloway with 6, Lane with 1, Deba with 0, Senok with 10, Tugler with 2, Flemings with 6, Uzan with 9, Sharp with 14, Sacco with 2, McCarty with 3, Miller with 0. Again, Houston shooting 43% from the field, Texas A&M 34%. And, of course, Texas A&M living and dying. Really, both teams are dying on the three, really, to be honest with you. Texas A&M 31%, Houston 24%. But, of course, Houston is 10 for 11 at the line. That is always really good. Texas A&M 3 for 4. Just haven't been able to get there. And, of course, Houston with 22 rebounds compared to Texas A&M's 16. It is just a one-sided affair, folks. Duke up by 9, 53-44. That's still, of course, a good game, but TCU, they might be flailing a little bit late. I don't know. Let's see here again. Let me check the women's bracket. I haven't checked that in a while. Looks like this is my women's. I did fill out a women's bracket. Doing pretty good. We did, I guess, get some wrong. I got Clemson, USC wrong. Virginia, Georgia. And that is it. Everything else is good. Then, of course, for the men's, I'm doing pretty good. Again, got a few wrong, obviously. But right now, again, everyone in the Sweet 16 is good except for Akron. I had Akron going on a run there and losing in the Sweet 16. But they, of course, lost to Texas Tech, who will play Alabama tomorrow. But yeah, if the scores stand right now, Duke will be good. That'll be a Sweet 16 team in there. And Houston, of course, will move on. So I had Houston over St. Mary's. Again, appreciate you guys again for hanging out. Again, obviously, I know this game is definitely not a good one, but, that's just the way it goes. Sometimes you call a great game. Sometimes, the game is good and it helps it out, but sometimes you get a bad one, and what can you do, folks? What can you do? Again, feel free to chat down below. Again, I know there's probably not much to talk about as far as the game, but if you do want to talk about the game, feel free to. And, of course, again, I am a big football fan. That is really where the channel success is. So, if you are a football fan, feel free to chat about football. And also, feel free to subscribe to the channel. And that is where the channel success is. As, again, that is where most of the subs are. Again, I got over 6,000 subs because of football season. That is where it was as I'm entering year 2 here on the channel. Again, thank you guys for subbing. Got a few subs for this stream. Honestly, did not expect that because yeah. Game over. It's not looking good, Jeffrey. Yeah, and it's kind of a bummer. It's just a bummer, you call a game and you want it to be a good one, because then obviously, then I'm at my best. And what's a good game, I'm at my best. And then, the chat's flowing. There's interest in the game and all that stuff. But this game is trending towards a, 20, 30 nothing game. You're going to go practice golf. I don't blame you. Good luck, man. Good luck. I can't swing a golf club right now. I twisted my ankle a few weeks ago. It's still not 100%. I went golfing for the first time in 2 years about a few months ago. Shot a 99. I was really happy considering that I normally don't do that. I have broken 100 before, but my best is a 92. Usually average in the 110s. So I was really happy with that. That was fun, but yeah, good luck. Shoot 'em straight. Shoot 'em straight. I need to work on a drive. I don't have it. Like, I have a driver, but like obviously I just slice everything. So I use a 5-iron to pardon me, to me to do that. But yeah, I just use a 5-iron to drive. And I can hit it 200 yards, so it's usually pretty good. But it'd be better if I could get a drive. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. It is a bummer. This game has turned out to be a drag. Houston with a 98% chance to win. That is not a surprise. Again, Houston did blow out Idaho by 31, 78-47. Probably going to see a little bit more scoring here in this one. And I still do think Texas A&M can make something happen here. I really do. I think they can inch their way back. If their shots start dropping, they can do something. SEC is trash. Well, they're not looking good right now, for sure. Not looking good. So we'll get another answer to that very soon. Again, I'm going to cover the Vanderbilt-Nebraska game. That'll be interesting. Again, a Big Ten SEC battle. So we'll see. We'll see. Again, Tennessee plays Virginia tomorrow. Kentucky versus Iowa State. Let's see. Who else? We got Florida, Iowa. Again, Florida probably winning that one. Alabama, Texas Tech. That could be very interesting. Let's see. Who else we got still alive here? Texas, Gonzaga. They just started. 4-4 in that one. Arkansas, High Point. High Point again. They're kind of a potential Cinderella. And I think that is it. I don't think there's anything else. Duke, by the way, 59-50 over TCU. But yes, Texas Gonzaga underway as Gonzaga's just taken lead 6-4. Yeah, I'm not much of an SEC guy myself, but I know a lot of people are for sure. Go ahead and see what's going on here. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Yeah, again, I know it's kind of it's a drag. It's a blowout. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Not much interest in Texas Gonzaga, apparently. That's interesting. Not really a surprise. Duke 59, TCU 50. Yeah, it's 59-50. Gonzaga in 6-4 over Texas. Hopefully JJ will have a good stream. Is it good defense or bad shooting? Bad shooting. Texas A&M went ice cold. They only scored 4 points in the last 7 minutes of the half. Houston went on an 21-4 run from the 7:43 mark on. It has been a pretty bad showing for the Aggies. They have looked really bad. But I don't know. I'm still kind of fingers crossed that it's going to be a close game because, it's just better for me. It's better for me as a broadcaster and better for the channel, better for everybody that's listening in when it's a close one. Because, yeah, this is feels like Houston has 7 guys on defense. Houston is playing good defense. They do have a good defense. That's just what they do. But A&M just cannot. They're not making their shots. Whenever they get an open shot, open look, they're not converting. And that is something you just can't do. Again, when you're playing the best of the best, you got to hit your shots to give yourself a chance. And they're not doing it. The leading scorer for Texas A&M, by the way, is Holloway, 6 points. Sharp with 14 points, done pretty well. But yeah, it's just it's not good. Duke, by the way, 64, TCU 50. As looks like that one is starting to get a little bit out of hand. 14-point game in that one. Again, this one's an 18-point game at the half. Gonzaga 6, Texas 4. Again, I'll be covering Vanderbilt, Nebraska after this one. That one should be a good one. Vanderbilt favored by 1.5. I think that's actually the closest line of the day as far as what's going on today. A lot of games today that the spreads were very high. So maybe the good games are on tomorrow. I don't know. The spreads tomorrow: 7.5, 4.5, 3.5, 1.5, 10.5, 11.5, 4.5, 1.5. So yeah, so they have a lot of that stuff happening tomorrow. Interesting. Interessante. Guess that's probably because of the High Point Arkansas. Well, again, High Point, you never know. The 4 and the 5s and the 3 and the 6s. But again, VCU beat North Carolina, who was a 6. Yeah, so I think that's why a lot of the higher seeds are playing today. That's why there's a lot of games that might be the spreads are a little bit, off. Or not off, but just, like a wide margin. Whereas tomorrow, it looks like most of the favorites won in round 1. You have the 2 9s, but other than that, yeah, everyone else was pretty much chalk. I think the next day for March Madness is Thursday. And again, I'll be sure to cover some more of March Madness then. Obviously, baseball's going to be going on. So I'll do my best to cover it there. Thursday and Friday is the Sweet 16. And Saturday and Sunday are the Elite 8. And I'll do my best to cover what I can. Obviously going to be doing some baseball. I'll have to figure it out. I might just not do the Pirates on Saturday and Sunday. Because, Pure Adrenaline's going to be covering Pirates Mets anyway. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Might just do the Pirates Thursday and then to start again on Monday. We'll just go again. Because then I think there's like a week break or something. Let me actually look. When is I know the Elite 8 is next weekend. When is the Final Four? Final Four is it Saturday? Next Saturday? Yeah, it is. Wow, next Saturday. Okay, both of them. Then we have the National Championship 2 Mondays from now, April 6th. That's probably what I end up doing, to be honest. Probably just not cover the Pirates this weekend. I'll just do basketball. And that's what's probably for the best. And then I'll just go all in on... Because, yeah, I think they play Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning, but they'll probably be... Yeah. Yeah. The next Thursday, I think that, they play the Orioles, and I can just redirect everybody to Birdwatcher. It'll work out. Yeah, I think this is perfect, honestly. Okay. So again, sorry for all just yapping, but really this game has just been that type of game. There's really nothing really to talk about. There's really nothing. This game's a blowout. And again, you can hope that Texas A&M will, come alive here in the second half. But it just doesn't. And my hair's even. Look at that. My hair's a mess because how this game's went. It's not looking good. all good if you want a competitive game. Right now, Duke leading 66-50 over TCU. Gonzaga and Texas 12-12. As this has just been a snooze fest. I wonder if the coach is ripping them. They should. The coach should, for sure. He should definitely I don't know. It'll be interesting. What is Houston doing well? They're pressuring well. I mean, they're playing good defense, but again, the shots just aren't falling. And then on offense, I mean, they're jacking up a lot of threes, not getting it. They're just out rebounding. It seems like they're always getting to the loose ball. They have a lot of offensive rebounds. Box out. Make sure to box out. And they're giving a lot of open looks. So, don't leave your man. That might be what it is, because again, A&M's been kind of doing like a soft press. It's not really a serious press. And sometimes they'll do like the half-court trap and it doesn't work and they leave the guy open. Yeah, no, whatever. So that game plan just doesn't work. Hasn't worked against Houston, so they just need to not do that. And maybe that's how they can get back in the game. But will the coach actually change it up? I don't know. But if they come out and keep doing that, it's like, okay, well, definitely didn't adjust anything. There's a commercial going on now. It's like, yeah, a lot of online hate for these student athletes, man. NCAA is going to crack down on that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. That is just the way it goes. All right, they're doing the copyright thing, so we should be getting our way back here to Oklahoma City, where, again, Houston is just dominating this game. 46-28. Texas A&M should start off with the ball, and they should be going left to right. But I don't know at this point. Again, they've just been... It's been a bunch of nonsense. Now they're going to go to commercial break after they came back from commercial. Isn't that fantastic? Oh, the networks. Gonzaga 18, Texas 15. Duke again up by 18 with just 6 minutes to go. That one pretty much over. Good stuff, though, by TCU. Again, kind of a little bit of an upset against Ohio State. I did have TCU beating Ohio State. But Duke is just too much, proving to be too much for the Horned Frogs. Again, good stuff, though, by Jamie Dixon. Again, a legendary coach for sure. Texas giving Gonzaga a lot to handle right now. Again, they're only down by 3, 18-15. Texas with 14 losses. Wow, that's a lot of losses. But they ended up winning their play-in and their opening round matchup. So they did prove that they did belong. Who did they beat? They beat... Texas beat BYU 79-61. Man, oh man. They have a new Baja Blast at Taco Bell. Interesting. I like the green, the regular Baja Blast. I have a purple one. I guess I have to try that. I don't think I make a late night trip. I mean, it's just so far. I live in the middle of nowhere, so I can't like go. I have to like travel out of town to go like get something, pretty much. Because this town is nothing. It's a little town of nothing. There's that Subway that doesn't even, the Subway here doesn't even accept coupons. It really just doesn't. Redeck, we're done turning left. Appreciate you, CeeLo. It's been a brutal game. I don't know, CeeLo. I appreciate it. If you want to redirect somewhere else, though, where it's more entertaining, I don't blame you. I appreciate it, though, CeeLo. Thank you very much. Hopefully the left turns were good. Because, yeah, this game has been a boring thing. I need to go find a tree and a rope. Because I'm going to I just can't even anymore. It's over for me. Appreciate you, CeeLo, for the redirect. Thank you very much. I'd like to welcome you in. From those of you that were watching, everybody turn left as we have a Houston Texas A&M game that has just made me want to turn left on the road and into a ditch, as the Texas A&M Aggies have only been able to muster up 4 points in the last 7 minutes of the first half, and of course that resulted in a 21-4 run in Houston's favor to make it the score that you see down below, 46-28. So there you go. My lowest game was Tennessee and Georgia. It was a blowout. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, I don't know. This is really the first blowout for me. I've been kind of lucky. I've been really blessed right now to have a lot of good games, but oh yeah, I guess it was due. I was due to not have a good game. Texas A&M again, 10 for 29 at the from the field. Houston 16 for 37. So again, you know, I mean, obviously they're making a little bit more of their shots, but it's not really that much. Again, it's just the fact that Texas A&M just went ice cold, and Houston getting a lot of open looks. And, of course, they're crashing the boards, getting the rebound. I mean, that's really what it is. It's just one team is out hustling the other. But I appreciate you, CeeLo. Again, folks, make sure to check out CeeLo. Again, if you are, you're probably a fan of one of these teams. You probably like NASCAR. Yes, I'm assuming. Oh, well, I just tell it how it is, I guess. So if you do like CeeLo, well, you should like CeeLo. But if you do like NASCAR, make sure to check out CeeLo. You will love the guy. You really will. And, again, he is like the king of NASCAR on YouTube. But also, of course, covers college basketball, football. He covers it all. So, again, make sure to check out On the Go with CeeLo. As we're back in action here, Houston up by 18 to begin the second half. As Fleming's driving inside the lane, puts it off the basket, gets the basket and the foul. We're already underway, and Houston tacking on more points and another trip to the line. North Carolina VCU had 1.8. Yeah, I have not had that. That's crazy. Good stuff. Jeez. Well, that was a legendary game, honestly. That was probably one of the games of the tournament so far. Missouri-Miami was really good for me last night, as that one rolls in no problem. We're at a 21-point game here, folks, as Texas A&M with their first possession of the second half, as Isaac's finding, he finds the bench, a bad pass, and this is not what Texas A&M needed. They could not afford to come out like this, allowing 3 on their first defensive possession, and then, of course, their first offensive possession. Throwing it over out of bounds as Uzan going to inbound it here to Flemings. Flemings with it, working here again, a full court press, but it wasn't really a serious press, as there we go. Texas, again, Houston just beating it, driving to the basket, puts it up, hands it off here inside. It's going to be blocked. A&M now showing with some good defenses. This is Hill in the lane, puts it up, can't get the basket, rebounded by Houston. This is Sharp down the far side, puts it up, and gets the friendly roll, and the foul. Unbelievable. Again, Houston they just look like they are clearly the better team, in Texas A&M, I don't know. Texas A&M looks like a 16 seed right now. It is rough. It's a rough showing for the Aggies. So again, it's an and one opportunity here for Sharp, who's an 89% free throw shooter. Should have already changed the score because of that. 52-28, 24-point game. As A&M's struggles will continue. Floats it over here to Hill. Hill over to Dominguez. Dominguez now at the logo. Bounce pass to Griffin. Griffin in the lane. Hands it off to Hill, who misses the layup. And it's going to be rebounded by Houston, of course. As now they'll slow it down to Flemings, who's taking it down the near side again, going right to left. Hands it off to Uzan. Uzan now to Senak, who has the mid-range jumper locked down. 54-28, 26-point game. Hill now to Griffin. Pump fakes the 3. as he's looking around to AG. AG now to Dominguez. Dominguez now to Isaacs, driving inside, looking around. Kicks it out here to Dominguez. Dominguez now with it at, hands it off to Griffin at the logo. Jab step, he's driving inside. Griffin puts it up, loses the ball, but gets it right back somehow. Puts it up and gets the basket. Texas A&M finally scoring here in the second half. Do you change your score? Yes, all your scoreboards have been behind, unless it's CB. Yes, I do change my own. That's why I did it. That's why I did it. Because, yeah, I created this on Canva. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I think it looks pretty good. But, yeah, you have to just do a lot more work. As Griffin with the free throw couldn't get it. Griffin, just continuing the Texas A&M woes, as here is Sharp on the ground now as Texas A&M trying to rip it free, as I think they're going to call a jump ball in favor of A&M. Yeah, it's a little annoying because sometimes I'll fat finger it here, and then I'll be, oh, it's 302 to 54. What are you doing? Okay, we already know. We already know what it is. I announced the score when I punched it, but it is what it is, Anyway, 18-13, and the other thing I need to work on is a clock. I need to find a clock. I haven't really been able to figure that out with OBS. I have a timer that continuously goes down, but I don't know how to stop it, control it. I don't know. I'll figure it out, I guess. Here's Isaacs again going left to right, down by 24. Comeback has to start now as Isaacs looking around, finding Clements. Clements over here to Griffin. Back over to Clements. Clements working his way inside in the lane. Kicks it out here to Isaacs for three. Short. Rebounded there by Houston. As this is Uzan going to slow it down. 17:47 and counting. As he's just going to chill. TV went off for a sec. That's not good. Uzan chilling. Just chilling with it. 15 left to shoot. Finding Sharp as he kicks it back out to Uzan. Uzan jacks up a three. That's going to be a brick. Rebounded by AG. AG with it, crossing half court, driving inside, and he is going to be fouled. Houston saying no, he wasn't shooting, but he definitely was. Sharp pleading his case to the official, but he will lose. AG is a 75% free throw shooter, as he'll look to just again cut into this deficit and maybe eventually, get a run going, if that is possible. But yeah, no, it definitely is my own scoreboard. But yeah, it's you just, I don't know. I don't know if you have Canva, but it's pretty, it took me about 30 minutes to do, but I think it works out pretty neat, as he does make the first. I just took a rectangle, kind of rounded it. Again, I was playing around with a bunch of different things, so it took me a little bit, and put a color, and then of course the numbers, you have to place that on OBS, of course. As AG with the second one, that one too short, rebounded here by Senok, who hands it off to Uzan. Uzan making his way down the far side again, going right to left. Houston with a 23-point lead. And, again, just kind of looking to get out of here with no injuries, no nothing. Uzan looking. Kicks it out here to Miller. Miller back to Uzan. On the far corner, back to Miller for a deep three. That's going to be too strong. Rebounded there by the Aggies. As here's AG. AG at the logo. Driving inside. Looking. Puts it up. Gets the basket finally for, again, A&M maybe. Inching their way closer. Chris, appreciate you, man. Again, 7 months. Appreciate you. As here is Houston racing down, but now he loses out of bounds. I think it was last touch by an Aggie. I think it'll remain with Houston. We're 1 month away from the draft. Yes, we are. Working our way there slowly but surely. How's it going, Chris? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing all right. Much better prior to this game. I'm sure people hate me because of this, but I'm just going to keep it honest that it's not been a great game. Uzan looking around, trying to find a teammate. Floats it over here to Miller. Miller with it at the logo. 16:35 and counting as Miller floats it over here to Flemings. Flemings beyond the arc. Kicks it out here to Senok. Driving in, spinning around in the lane. Mid-range jumper's good. 56 to 33, a 23-point deficit for the Aggies. As here is Holloway. Holloway finding, this is Deba. Deba puts it up and can't get the basket. Rebounded there by Flemings as he will slowly make his way up the court, guarded by Deba. Deba playing a little bit aggressive. There's Flemings in the lane, looking, bounce pass to Senok. Jumper's going to be short, rebounded. Oh, last touch by the Aggies. He had it. And then all of a sudden he didn't as it goes out of bounds. The Aggies, again, they didn't come to play today. 56-33 is your score. 15-53 left to go in this one. All right, Duke all over TCU, 78-56. Gonzaga, they are up 26-20 over Texas. They are, it's a close one. That is a close one over here. This one was a close one once at one point. Believe it or not, it really was. Not even kidding. Again, it was what, 24-25? Yeah, 24-25. Since then, though, it is a, what is that, 31-9. 31-9. Oh, man. Congrats on 7K. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, college basketball's been pretty fun. It's been good for the channel. I've been able to call some pretty exciting games. That has helped out a lot. This one, it is what it is, you know. All right, let's see how my bracket's doing. Oh, sorry, I know you're pretty disappointed about what happened with Wisconsin, but I think you said you kind of expected it too. That's a bummer. That is a bummer. And I'm not going to lie. I'll show you again my bracket. I was correct. I was correct on High Point over Wisconsin. So I'm very sorry, but I just had a feeling. And it was a lucky 1-point win, but hey, they are still dancing. We'll see how they do against Arkansas. That one could be pretty good tonight. Really could be. But yeah, hopefully your bracket, I don't know, I think you completed a bracket, right, Chris? And hopefully your bracket's doing well. I'm in the 91 percentile, better than 91%, but everyone seems to be. Again, there's still like 2.4 million people that I'm tied with, or again, they're doing better than me. So I guess a lot of people have filled it out, but also just a lot of people are doing well. Not that many upsets. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you again, CeeLo, for the redirect. This game, again, I do apologize to the CeeLo crowd. It's just not that competitive. Not the most competitive thing in the world. But what can you do? But I do appreciate it. I'm sure you probably, I don't know, let me actually look at what you're doing. Let's see what you're doing tomorrow. Let's see. Actually, you don't have anything released, but I'm sure you're doing something tomorrow. There's always left turns to be had. All right, but we are back again. It is a one-sided affair here. A 23-point game as we're seeing the number 2 seeded Houston Cougars, again, looking to try to get back to the nanny. Of course, they have to, get through these A&M Aggies, which probably will happen. But also, it's setting up a potential date in the Elite Eight with Florida. And, of course, that was the natty last year. You have Michigan beating Duke in the national championship game. Nice. I have Michigan winning as well, but the other team is kind of a surprise. I don't really want to reveal it yet. All right, this is Flemings with it on the far side. Driving inside, step back, jumper, in and out, Burger, rebounded by Holloway. Holloway taking it up here for the Aggies at the logo. Driving in the lane, and he's stripped as it goes out of bounds. He is fouled, and Holloway will go to the line for a couple. And he is shooting a 68%. He's a 68%er. Racing tomorrow, tonight after that. Gotcha. Well, that's cool. Good stuff. Again, I'll try to check in tomorrow for sure. You're in the 97%. Nice, Chris. Look at you. That's great. As Holloway releases, that one is good. Yeah, that's really good, Chris. Jeez, So, like, what do you have? You have, like maybe 2 wrong? 3 wrong? I mean, that's really good. 22-point game, looking to cut it to 21. As Holloway releases, that one is good. 21-point game, 3 touchdowns. That's all it is. That is all it is, folks. As Houston going to be inbounding. Now they're again, Texas A&M with the heavy press. Fleming's finding Uzan. Uzan now to Miller. Miller on the far side, again going right to left. He's looking around as now he can't really find anyone. Now he does. Finding Fleming's. Fleming's going inside. Kicks it out to Miller. Miller kicks it out to Uzan for 3. That's good. 59-35. Again, the 24-point game as Holloway on the near side finding Clements driving inside in the lane. Half spin, looking. Bounce pass to Holloway. Floaters, good. All right, 22-point game. As Uzan going to inbound it here again. Texas A&M with the pressure as Miller floats it back to Uzan. Is there a women's field hockey game on somewhere? I don't know. Probably would be better than this. As, again, this is Miller on the far side going right to left. Fleming's at the logo. He's at the... No, he floats it out to Miller. Miller driving inside. Cutting inside. Spinning. Jumping. Shooting is good. What a shot by Miller. That was very impressive. That was pretty neat. To back to a 24-point game as Holloway finding Deba. Deba there to Dominguez. Dominguez over here to AG. Back over to Deba. Deba. Heavy pressure. Oh, and he throws it away. And it's going to be out of bounds. Last again. Just not a good pass. As Houston will have the ball yet again. Wisconsin's really going to hurt me because I had them winning 2 or 3 games. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, again, I have 15 of my 16 Sweet 16 teams still alive, so I'm still okay. I went all in on Akron going to the Sweet 16, so that I paid the price. Paid the price for that one. But hopefully the others can keep it going. So far, I think I'm good so far, I think, with the results today. Houston going to be inbounding. This is Sharp. Sharp now to Uzan. Uzan to Miller. Miller with it on the far side again. 14:02 left to go in this one. As Miller just chilling beyond the arc. Floats it back to Uzan. Uzan at the logo as he thought about driving in. Now just stepping back 3. That's in and out. Rebounded, though, by Houston. Sharp with it. Now back to Uzan. It's going to slow it down here. 15 left to shoot. Miller, no, just jacks up a 3. That's going to be too strong. And it's going to be with Houston again. Finding Sharp. Sharp with it. Floats it to Uzan. 13 left to shoot. 13-33. Driving inside. Kicks it to Miller. Miller driving inside in the lane. Floats it back to Sharp. 7 left to shoot. Deba on the coverage. Sharp driving in. Loses the ball. It's on the ground. And it's going to be saved by A&M. As here is... This is Lane. Lane floating into Deba. Driving inside, puts it up, and he is fouled and will go to the line for 2. Can't be worse than Georgia St. Louis. It was 152. Yeah, I guess so. That is pretty bad. Really? I didn't even know that. I should have. I covered St. Louis earlier today. I never said what happened with Georgia. I wrote it down, never actually said that. Gave all the stats except for that one. Deba at the line, as that one is good. 61-38. Deba again a 53% free throw shooter. Not the best, but couldn't tell on that shot. Looking to prove the numbers wrong with this one. As he releases, that one is good. As it rattles around. 22-point game, 61-39, 13-14 left to go in this one. As here's Uzan going to inbound it here for Houston as he finds Miller. Miller guarded there by Griffin. As he finds Uzan. Uzan now working his way down to the near side. Kicks it out here for 3. He's going to be in and out. Rebounded by Texas A&M. Though he's trying to rip it free, but they're going to call a foul on Sharp. Oh, that's interesting. So Sharp now with his 4th. That was McCarty, by the way. McCarty earlier twisted. I thought he twisted his ankle, but apparently not. He's back in the game. Your team, Duke. Yeah, let me go and see what happened there. No, Duke was up by a good bit towards the end. Gonzaga, by the way, 33-30 over Texas. Duke, 81, TCU 50. They ended up pulling away. It was a close game for a little bit. Appreciate you, music, for tuning in, as now there's going to be another foul. Foul there on McCarty, as he just kind of shoved down Dominguez for no reason. There's only beat TCU by 13. We beat them with 23. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Refs been messing this game, too. It's been a terrible, choppy game, as he floats it to AG. AG with it, floats it over here to Lane. Lane looking around at the top of the arc. As there's Griffin. Griffin back to Lane. Lane trying to find the lane, but cannot. Now he is in the lane. Kicks it out to AG. AG, jab step. Turning it in. Hands it off to Griffin. Griffin back to AG. Puts it up, and it's stuffed. Stuffed by the Cougars. As Uzan with it, floats it back over to Sharp. No, pardon me, this is Flemings. Flemings with it. Flemings with it at the logo. Just kind of chilling. 12-22 and counting here, as this is Tugler. Tugler with it. Back over to Flemings. Looking around. Kicks it to Miller. Miller for three. That's good. 64-39. And again, this is just a blowout 25-point lead. Hill with it. Kicks it out here to Lane. Looking around. Driving inside. In the lane. Turning around to Dominguez for three. That's short. Rebounded by Tugler. Tugler trying to hold it. And they're going to call a foul on AG. And that's his third foul. And that is going to be a TV timeout. 64-39. Your score in this one, as it looks like Houston secured a date with the Sweet 16. Duke was up by 27 with under a minute to go. Yeah, that's crazy. Looking all but one of my first round misses have losing this round. Nice. Yeah, you're doing good, Chris. Jeez, heard you pick between Tennessee and Virginia. Yeah, no, this guy's doing it all, so you might as well ask him. How's it going, George? Good to see you. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging in here with me. I really do. I mean, again, I'm very sorry. I mean, again, not that I can control it. I can't control how I call the game. And whenever the game is out of hand, I just naturally like, it's a chore. I honestly do have that attitude. That's something I got to work on. That is one of my faults I gotta work on here. But oh well. But you took Tennessee. I actually remember I had Miami of Ohio over Tennessee, so that did not happen. So then I think I had Virginia beating Miami of Ohio, which I did. So yeah, I guess I'll be going Virginia over Tennessee in my bracket. But yeah, so far so good with mine. Again, 91 percentile. Maybe moving up a little bit with the Duke one, but I don't think many people had TCU over Duke, so probably not. And again, I did have Houston over St. Mary's, so again, I'll have Houston winning this one, moving on to the Sweet 16. And then I did have Gonzaga beating BYU, which, of course, they're leading over Texas. That one seems to be a good one, 33-32. That one, though, about to be at the first half conclusion. Anyway, the end of the first half there, 33-32. Music going with Tennessee. Wow. And appreciate you guys for tuning in again. Going to be calling another game. Hopefully that one's better. I really hope so. I really want it to be. It would be nice. Would be really nice. Let's see here. Only the Ducators had TCU. Yeah, I mean, I don't think many people would have had TCU or TCU fans. Great job, and thanks for keeping things close. Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks, A&M. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, A&M deserves our thanks for this one. Draft on the way. I look at the mocks, but a few trades kind of makes it hard to predict. Yeah, no, for sure. I'm excited for the draft. I definitely am. If they think the refs help Duke, then why pick the other team? No, I completely agree. It's the same logic with betting. It's the same logic with betting. Like when, I have no problem if you bet. You do what you want. Like, whatever. But my thing is, like, when you're betting, right, and then you come in here, or just in other chats, and then your team's losing and you say it's rigged, it's like, okay, well, if you know it's rigged, then why are you betting? And if it's rigged, then why don't you just bet on the right script next time? I mean, it's the same thing. If everything's scripted and rigged, then get good. Get good. Find out who's going to win. Find out what the script says. That's my only problem with it, man. It just makes people kind of nasty, and I just don't like it. All right. Fleming's with it here as he floats it over to Uzan. Uzan with it beyond the arc. As now going to slow it down again. 11:40 left to go. A 25-point game. That is just how it works, folks. Just a rough one. Driving inside in the lane. Mid-range jumper. Going to be too strong. Poked away, but still with Houston. All right. Miller with it again. 17 left to shoot after they, again, reset the shot clock as Fleming's driving inside. Kicks it out. Uzan for three. That's good. 67-39. Houston covers. You win 30. 300. Oh, geez, they probably win. Geez, good stuff, Steven. All right, here we go. This is Isaacs. Isaacs looking around. Kicks it out here to Holloway. Driving inside. Looking. Kicks it out here to Deba. Deba to AG. Back over to Deba. Deba driving in the lane. Puts it up and gets the friendly roll as Texas A&M crosses the 40-point mark. 67-41. 10:40 and counting. Here's Miller. Miller looking around. P for Pitt. No, it's Pitt's the Pirates. I'm a Steeler fan. Steelers and Pirates. 10:27 and counting. Here's Fleming's going in the lane. Puts it up. Can't get the friendly roll, but Houston gets the rebound. Puts it up. That misses. And now that's going to be foul on Houston as Deba had the ball and Tugler is the one that is the guilty party. Duke versus Houston Final Four rematch, but this time we'll beat Houston. Well, we'll see. But yeah, no, I'm a Steeler guy. Steelers are number one. Really, anything else is kind of a distant second. But yeah, I like the Pirates. When it comes to college basketball, yeah, Pitt, I guess, you know. Not really much to brag about there, so I don't really... Nothing to talk about. Nothing to talk about with Pitt College, you know. Anyway, again, Deba, 53% free throw shooter. There is the first. That one is good. They are at the bonus, by the way. I did forget to mention that was a 1-and-1. As Houston already with 7 fouls. Houston coach is yelling at his players. Gotta admire that. Not satisfied with nothing. He's got to wipe his mouth though. There's something clearly on his lip. Anyway, Deba with the second. That one is good. 67-43, a 24-point game with 10:19 to go in this one. All right, this is Fleming's. Fleming's to Uzan. Uzan back over to Miller. Miller with it, driving the lane now is going to slow it back down beyond the arc as he finds Tugler. Tugler back to Miller. Miller inside, looking around now, fading behind the arc. Now driving in again. Miller fadeaway jumpers. Good. Nothing but nets. 69-43. Holloway with it on the near side, and he's getting double teamed, and they're going to call a... Is that a jump ball? Yeah, I think so. Looks like it might be a... Or no, they call it timeout. Texas A&M did save it. So timeout, Texas A&M. 9:52 left to go in this one. Again, appreciate you, Steven. I'm sure you're liking what you're listening to. If you needed Houston to cover, they will cover. Unless the covering is like 30, then I don't know, but we'll see. Is Houston a bubble team? Not following their Paul. I think Houston's pretty good. Definitely not a bubble team. They were securely in. No problem. They're about to get their 30th win of the season. Texas A&M will finish their season with a 22-12 record. In other games, again, I think there's only one other. It's still Texas and Gonzaga. Texas actually took the lead before halftime there, 35-33. Wow, that is crazy. That is wild. Again, folks, I'll be covering another game tonight. Should be a more competitive game. I hope so anyway. Vanderbilt, Nebraska. That one tips off, I think, about 25 minutes after this one. So hopefully, again, you will join me for that one. this game kind of taking a little bit longer because all the stoppages, the referees were really making their whistles known in the first half, and it was really terrible. It really slowed the pace of the game down, and it just killed the flow. But a little bit more leeway here in the second, but still. Big 12 Cotton Cougars can't afford to go flat on offense. I mean, they're going to be fine. I mean, let's see, Houston, who do they play if they win here? Houston would play the winner of Illinois and VCU. I mean, Illinois, again, would probably be pretty good, but I imagine I have Houston going to the Final Four in my bracket. I actually do. I have Houston beating Illinois, then beating Florida, and then losing in the Final Four. You have a parlay that has Duke, Arizona reaching the Final Four, and Purdue and Michigan reaching the Elite Eight. What do you think their chances are? I think they're pretty good. I mean, Duke, the thing is with Duke, it's a pretty tough bracket over there. I think Duke has a really tough field, but Purdue, Elite Eight. Thing is, Purdue, again, they're pretty good, but Miami, watch out for Miami. I think that could be a sneaky game tomorrow. I really do. So watch out. I'll be covering it because I really do buy into the hype that could be a closer game than many people are thinking. And, of course, Gonzaga, I don't know. Again, they play everyone close, apparently, but they always win. But they are down at the half. But good luck, Dennis. It's a great first name, by the way. I definitely approve of that first name. Great name, actually. Top-tier name. Not even kidding, by the way. But anyway, we are back in action. A&M with it, as, again, they are down by a lot. 26 points. As that's another turnover. Turned over. Uzan floats it to Tugler, slamming it inside. No problem. 71-43. Texas A&M moving fast, and that is going to be knocked out of bounds as it'll stay with the Aggies. I think Houston will score 88 points. Ooh, maybe, probably, honestly, probably. Yeah, Michael, I would say so. All right, here's Griffin. Griffin with it beyond the arc as he's driving inside, spinning around floaters. Going to be an air ball, but still Texas A&M, and he's fouled. As Isaacs will go to the line for two. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Michael, for tuning in. Appreciate you, Dennis, for tuning in. Thank you guys for clicking on my channel. Appreciate that. As it's a blowout, so I'm really, honestly, I'm kind of shocked that people are still looking for this game because, yeah. But I guess, yeah, there's a lot of bets going on, so I guess that would be why. But anyway, so Isaacs is a 75% free throw shooter, makes the first, cuts the lead to 27. 9:27 left to go as AG going to check back in. AG with 3 fouls. Again, you know, it's a little too late regardless. Even if he does foul out, not really the end of the world. In and out Berger, rebounded there by Houston as Miller with it for the Cougars. Slowly making his way up the court, threatening the double team. Beats it, though, no problem. As here's Uzan. Uzan with it at the logo as he finds Sanak. Sanak with it, now back to Tugler. Tugler back over to Flemings. Flemings on the near side, going right to left. Now back inside to Senok. Senok working his way inside. Kicks it out to Flemings. As he's driving in. Floater. High off the glass. Can't get it. Rebounded there by the Aggies. As here's Isaacs. Isaacs with it at the logo. Looking around, finding Holloway. Holloway driving inside. Stepping back. Fadeaway jumpers. Good. Nice shots. 71-46. I'm always impressed with fadeaways, I guess. That's just me. All right, here is Uzan trying to, well, he calls a timeout before the 5-second violation, so he sensed it that A&M was all over it. Another stoppage of play, 8:32 left to go. Again, Houston all over it, and most likely will be going to the Sweet 16. Let's see here, see if the other... No, they're still at halftime, Texas and Gonzaga. VCU, Illinois, going to be starting very soon. That's the last game on local television on CBS. VCU, Illinois. I think Illinois probably takes care of VCU no problem, but you never know. It's it's anybody in any given day. You never know what could happen. Aggies are getting murdered. They are. They are getting wrecked there, Juice. Appreciate you, Juice, for tuning in. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one to call. It's a tough one to watch. Let's just say this. If I weren't doing this, I would have turned off the game and would have just come back for Vanderbilt and Nebraska. Or it was switched over to Texas Gonzaga. That would have been what the fan of me would have done. All right, we are back, though. Houston going to be inbounding here again. They're up by 25 as A&M doing the press. Uzan with it, looking around. Floats it over to Flemings. Flemings going to make his way and finds Miller. Miller got 3 seconds. Got to cross. He's got to get across, and he just does by half a second. Miller with it at the logo. 17 left to shoot. Finds Tugler. Back over to Miller. Driving inside. Puts it up. Hands it off, and kicks it back out. Somehow, someway, Houston still with it, finding Sinak underneath. Pump fakes, puts it up, can't get it, and he is fouled. And he will go to the line for a couple. Go Gonzaga. They're losing at the moment, believe it or not. They are down to Texas at the half, 35-33. Sinak is a 56% shooter at the free throw line. As there is the first. That one is good. Just pretty much trying to get to the end of this one without any injuries on Houston's part, as there is the second. That one is also good. 73-46. As here is Holloway. Holloway's going to pick it up there at the logo. Honestly, let it roll the whole way. Holloway kicks it out. Here is Clements with the three. That's good. 73-49, and I believe that is going to be a Texas A&M timeout. So Texas A&M, I think that's their last timeout. Okay, well, that's interesting. Regardless, 24-point game, 7:56 in this one left to go. Again, if you do like what you're listening to, appreciate you. Appreciate you for that. And again, thank you for clicking on my video. Make sure, again, to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play. Dr. Lay hasn't really promoted the channel today because, well, this game is kind of a bummer. But, oh, well. If you do like it, that's fantastic because I assure you, definitely not on my best right now, but hey, if you think doing well, that's great. Then you'll love me whenever it's actually an exciting close game. So thank you for tuning in. Again, hopefully I see you in a game near you soon. I'll be coming back for Vanderbilt and Nebraska. Haven't covered those teams yet, but definitely want to. So we're going to give it a shot. And we'll see how that one goes. Should be a good game. Should be a very good game. As Nebraska again beat Troy in the opening round, and then Vanderbilt over McNeese. So again, should be a good one. But again, thank you guys for tuning in for this one. Illinois again and VCU should be starting within 10 minutes. As Texas and Gonzaga still at the half. Still at the half. Jeez, apparently moved up 0.3% with the Duke win, so there we go. A little bit of the people did pick TCU over Duke. Or somebody over Duke. Maybe Ohio State over Duke or something. I don't know. But yeah. But so far, I guess I'm, 3-0 on the day? Yep, Duke, Michigan State, all favorites. Moving up slowly. We'll be 4-0 with this one. Houston, I did have Houston beating St. Mary's. Texas, Gonzaga, I had Gonzaga beating BYU. So if Gonzaga wins, I'll be looking good for today. So again, just kind of waiting here. Let's go points. Need 9 more points to get your overs. Nice. Well, probably happens. There's just a lot of time left. I mean, I would safely assume that you'll be fine. So what are we at? That's 120, 122? 122 right now? Dang, that's a low over. What did you have there? What did you have there, Bruce? All right, we are back again, a 24-point game, as we are, again, just awaiting the conclusion here. Under 8 minutes to go, as Houston has just shown why they are the number 2 seed in the South region. They have definitely, they've looked really good. They are ready for that rematch with Florida. I guarantee you they are. So I don't know if we're showing the game. I hear a lot of movement, but not showing the game here, as Houston is going to be with it here. This is Sharp. Sharp with it now with Uzan. Uzan driving down to the near side again, going right to left as he puts it up and can't get it, but he does get the tip in somehow. Unbelievable. 75-49 as there's a 3 from A&M. That's going to be an air ball. Rebounded, though. He puts it up, gets the basket. As very quickly, 75-51. And again, Uzan going to be inbounding it here to Sharp. Sharp with it on the far side, trying to find a teammate. Find it's Miller. Miller with it, taking it up slowly. 7:20 and counting. As again, Miller just barely crosses half court. 15 left to shoot. Again, I imagine Houston will slow it down from this point on. No reason really to push it. There is Sharp. Sharp now to Tugler. Tugler going to hand it off here to Uzan. Uzan beyond the arc. 2 to shoot. He's got to get rid of it. Miller just jacks it up. That's going to be short and rebounded by Texas A&M. And here comes Griffin for A&M as he puts it up. And it's blocked. Blocked by Houston. Texas A&M calling for a... Man, they thought it was coming down. I don't think so. Texas A&M, the coaches are not happy, as here's Uzan, 16 left to shoot. Again, plenty of time, 6:30 and counting. Houston up by 3 touchdowns and a field goal. As he finds here, this is Sharp. Sharp making his way, just jacks up a 3. That's going to be in and out and tipped away. Rebounded by Uzan. Houston again with another offensive rebound. That's been what they've been doing practically the whole game. Uzan going to chill with it. 10 seconds left to shoot at the logo. As Uzan just chilling, now making his way slowly inside. Drive, no, step back 3. It's going to be short. Rebounded by Clements. As he hands it off here to Deba. Deba on the far side. It's looking around. Pardon me, this is Griffin. Griffin with it now, driving in, looking, puts it up, gets the baskets. Griffin landing on the ground very viciously. Geez, hopefully he's okay. 22-point game. Houston again up as they're playing it quickly. Sinak underneath the basket, blocked, and they're going to call it a late foul. But there is indeed a foul. Sinak will go to the line to shoot 2. You took an alternate over. Yeah, I got you. Paired it with Houston minus 15. You're looking good. Looking good, Bruce. Houston is the most wild, scrapping team I've ever seen. I'm not an Aggie fan. Well, yeah, I mean, you don't have to be an Aggie fan or not to see that. But, yeah, no, they've been pretty good. They've been very good, as that one's going to be missed, leaving it short. Need 4 points. Yeah, you're almost there. You're doing pretty well. Good stuff, Bruce. Yep. Again, just kind of a one-sided game here, folks. Man, it's been a rough one. But appreciate you guys for hanging in there, as there is the second. That one is good. 76-53. A 23-point game as Sinak will check out for a little bit. Don't know when Houston will put in their backups again, probably the last minute or so. Not really a blowout, but again, it's been this margin for quite some time, as Lane making his way up there for the Aggies. Lane to AG, back over to Lane. Lane with it beyond the arc on the near side. Kicks it out to Isaacs. Isaacs driving the lane. Looking around, kicks it out to AG. AG for 3. That's short. Rebounded by Sharp, who floats it to Flemings. Flemings facing heavy pressure. Finds Sharp. Almost intercepted, but no, he's on the ground. Sharp, though, going to the rim. Puts it up. Can't get it, but he's fouled. And Sharp will go to the line for a couple. Sharp is a 89% free throw shooter. Clements with his 4th foul. Texas A&M just, I don't know, just not looking happy right now as he does make the first. 77-53. We're now at 130. Bruce about to hit the over. Just one more point needed over the next 5 minutes. I mean, I think that would be doable. There's the second. That one in and out. Rebounded there by Deba. Deba now with it for Lane. Lane taking it up again. 5 minutes and counting as this game is practically over. 24-point game. Lane finding Dominguez. Dominguez to Isaacs. Isaacs underneath. Looking around. Finding AG. Who's beyond the arc. Pump fakes it to Isaacs. Isaacs with it now. Puts it up. Oh, it's blocked. And saved by Houston. Oh, as it goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Aggies. Sacco in it there again. It was a nice block. Just couldn't quite keep it in bounds, but was able to find a Aggie to throw it off of. Again, just a 24-point margin. 4:39 left to go. Need both. Well, I'm sure you'll get it soon. Houston coach going to have a little discussion with the referee. Unsure what really happened. All right, here is Fleming. Says now there's going to be a reach-in by Lane, and that will, I believe, put Houston at the line. So that's going to be a 1-and-1 opportunity, and I believe you will probably hit your 131 very soon. So Texas A&M going to foul. That's always going to prevent. It's going to push this game into really late. That's always a bummer. Miller with it at the line again, pretty solid as there is the first. So congratulations to Bruce. Now you just need the 15. They are up by 25. Miller is 75% free throw shooter. Texas Gonzaga getting underway. Texas again up by 2. That could be a potential upset there. Misses the second. As here come the Aggies. This is Lane at the logo. Looking around now, going to drive inside. Now going to fade back beyond. Finding Deba wide open. Driving inside, spinning around. Kicks it out here to Dominguez as he loses the ball. And they're going to call a reach-in. As this game, again, going to probably just take another hour or so. As Dominguez will go to the line, and he is an 87% free throw shooter. Texas A&M being down by 20 might not foul. They might not. I mean, yeah, I think they wouldn't, but I mean, they have been very aggressive. Dominguez makes the first. Dominguez pretty good at the line. Just again, a rough day for the Aggies. Dominguez again with his second shot to make this a 23-point game. Illinois VCU, they are about to tip off as Dominguez makes that one. 78-55, 23-point game. Thanks for listening. Yeah, no problem. Appreciate you, man. Again, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep the energy high, but I am bored out of my mind with this game as Houston going to inbound it. Uzan, he just chucks it down the field. Wide open to Sacco. Sacco now to Sharp. Sharp inside to Sacco. Slamming it inside. No problem. 80-55. Oh, my goodness. All right, here's A&M. This is Isaacs beyond the arc. Looking around, driving inside. Puts it up. No, hands it off, and he has found another foul. Like I said, the refs have been very much whistle happy, and that is going to be a foul on Miller. That'll be a TV timeout. 80-55. This game is pretty much over. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, if you did like any of the coverage, make sure again to like and subscribe, folks. This is what I do. Albeit again, was just unfortunate on what I picked today. But yeah, again, if you did enjoy it, make sure you're going to like and subscribe. It is free to do so. Think of it more as a follow, like on Twitter or Instagram or anything like that. It's not an actual subscription. And of course, again, if you are an NFL fan, that's really where the channel is at its best. You're going to cover a lot of the NFL. Again, a lot of Steelers, but again, I do bounce around. Again, I cover every Steelers game, but every Sunday I cover 3 games. And of course, as you know, if you watch the NFL, the Steelers don't play all 3 windows. There is only 1 game for the Steelers every Sunday. That means there's 2 other games that are, again, completely random, or, of course, again, the Sunday night game, and possibly an NFL Europe game. So there's sometimes 4 streams in one day. So make sure, again, to subscribe to the channel. It is free to do so. I will be covering, again, Vanderbilt and Nebraska, hoping for a much more competitive game in that one. And hopefully, again, you'll see me in a much more positive light as, again, this game has taken the joy from me today. It really has. Thought Texas A&M was supposed to play today. Yeah, me too. I thought they were as well. But apparently they don't play because, I don't know. Like they were scheduled to. I guess they didn't show up. It's been all Houston. Let's see. All right, what do we got? We have Texas up 39-38 on Gonzaga, and then Illinois leading 2-0 over VCU. So that's what's happening elsewhere. Not much happening elsewhere, really, but, you know, is what it is, right? Let's see here. What else do we have? Anyone else streaming right now? I know JJ's doing Texas Gonzaga. Let's see. I like a bully beatdown. It's really bad there, Martin, man. This is depressing. Any Cinderella upset yet? I mean, not with this one. Not with this game. I mean, again, I would say the biggest upset so far in the tournament would be High Point over Wisconsin. That is really it. Nothing really. And again, that could be attributed to NIL and stuff like that because, I don't know, I think the days of the upsets are coming to an end. I mean, obviously, Siena almost beat Duke, right? But, I mean, once Duke took the lead, it was over. Like, we all knew that. I think though it's going to be. I saw a stat. No 13 or 16 seed has won over the last few years since NIL started, or something like that. Or I think the last 2 or 3 years. I can't recall, but yeah, it is rough. It's rough if you're a mid-major. That one is good for Isaacs. Isaacs a 75% free throw shooter. Nebraska band is now in attendance. They're ready for Vandy as he does make the second 23-point game. Again, I imagine they're going to delay the start of Nebraska and Vanderbilt. So that's always a bummer. But oh well. All right, again, under 4 minutes to go. Houston going to have to deal with the pressing Texas A&M and probably a fouling Texas A&M, which is going to be a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. As here is Miller. Miller on the far side, going right to left. Houston title contender. They are definitely. As Miller chilling at the logo. As he finds here Harwell. Harwell checking in for the first time for the Cougars. As, again, he's dealing with heavy defense by A&M. Harwell kicks it out to Miller. Miller jab step, going to the far side, going right to left. 7-back three is going to be too strong. Poked away and rebounded by McCarty, who hands it off there to Miller. And, of course, the shot clock will reset at 20. 12 seconds to shoot, 3:20 and counting. As Miller driving to the near side, taking a lot of contact. And there is a foul by McDermott, who's checking in. Number 14, I don't even have it written down. That's how you know that Texas A&M has given up, so that's always good. McDermott, number 14. Looks like, though, Holloway's going to check back in for the Aggies. I don't know if they're taking out McDermott. Like, hey, you found him. Yep. McDermott's done. You found him, you're done, buddy. You had your 20 seconds. He's actually smiling as he had all the handshakes. Like, I didn't even do anything. That's pretty funny. All right, again, Miller at the line for a 1-1. That one is good. Again, Miller a 75% free throw shooter. Miller with 10 points on the day. He actually only averages 5, so he definitely had a nice performance there. 82-57 is your score. Again, we're just kind of waiting for the end here as Holloway with it on the near side. Again, going left to right. Holloway driving inside, looking around. Stepping back beyond the arc, pump fakes. Now hands it off to Lane. Driving inside. Lane bounce pass to the outside. Kicks it there to Clements for 3. That's going to be a brick. Rebounded by Miller. And A&M, again, will kind of back off a little bit. Still pressing, but not really a serious press, as I think they've accepted their fate. Miller at the logo. 20 seconds left to shoot. Still plenty of time. Miller now finding, this is Harwell. Harwell with on the far side. Jacks up a 3. That's going to be short. Rebounded by Holloway. Holloway there on the far side. Again, down by 25. As I expect a lot of threes are driving to the rim. Drives to it. Kicks it out here to Dominguez. He's looking around, spinning around. Kicks it out to Clements. Clements is going to float it over to Holloway. Pump fakes the 3. Driving in. Fading back. Just kind of chilling now, driving in the lane. 5 to shoot. Floater's going to be too short. Rebounded by Houston, as McCarty will hand it off to Miller. 2:04 left to go in this one. First time knows your background. It seems new with all the sides like that. I guess I'm not following. I guess. Oh, maybe. Are you talking about this? Yeah. That is kind of new. That's a deep 3 by McCarty. That's good. 85-57, 28-point game, 143 and counting. Here is Lane. Lane with it on the logo. Driving inside, kicks it back out for 3. That's going to be too strong. Rebounded by Miller. As looks like there's going to be a timeout by by Texas A&M. Dominguez is going to check out. Normally I have this. That's for football, and that will be here for football, but I can't do that because for basketball or anything else, really, because I'm way behind. Football, I can get away with it because most of, again, Amazon Prime is always streaming, so internet's always naturally behind. And then YouTube TV, NFL Sunday Ticket, that's always behind. So I'm fine. But whenever it comes to like this on like cable television, yeah, I'm getting wrecked. I'm way behind, as that's going to be a floater by Miller. That one is good. It is a 30-point game, 87-57. As here we go, this is Hill. Hill kicks it out to Lane for 3. That's going to be short, rebounded by Houston. As, again, Harwell just going to chill with it. 1 minute left to go. 30-point game. Houston will be moving on to the Sweet 16, where they will await the winner of Illinois and VCU. Texas A&M going to go home, as he is going to be fouled and goes to the line for a couple. Texas A&M again will end their season 22-12. Houston will pick up their 30th win of the season. That's what I'm used to. Yeah, no, football season, that's probably coming back. That is probably going to be back, but that is not until September. As there's actually misses the first Walker in there for Houston. He is a 78% free throw shooter. As there is the second. That one is going to roll in. 88-57. Texas A&M let this roll. Okay, Holloway, I don't like you. Now he picks it up. 49 seconds and counting. Again, here on the near side, left to right. As he finds Vincent. Vincent now to Lane. Lane with it. Trying to find a teammate. It's poked away. And the last touch by A&M. Oh, that's always a bummer there. I'm sure they were looking for 60 points there, but unfortunately, I don't think they're going to get it. Houston coach is slapping referees and all that. Miller with it now, floating it over. And he's just going to let it chill. Harwell with it. Just chilling. Just chilling. 23 seconds, 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Again, folks, appreciate you guys for tuning in. This game is pretty much over. Again, I'll be covering another game. Hopefully that one's more exciting, as I'll be covering Vanderbilt, Nebraska. Shot clock violation. Texas A&M will have it. Again, Illinois leading 12-5. Gonzaga and Texas tied at 45 apiece. Sounds like a good one there. But that's going to do it for me. I'll wait till, of course, it is 0-0. But again, this game is over. And again, if you did like what you heard today, make sure again to like and subscribe. Again, I know there's streams out, but of course, whenever the streams are taken down, I don't mind being a backup, and hopefully you thought I was an all right backup. And obviously, in today's game, that was tough. But again, I'll be seeing you guys in about 30 minutes for Nebraska and Vanderbilt. See you guys then. Catch ya in a few.